So,
well, do you in a few years, like we said, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever, do you feel like as far as buying a house will be out of the question for a lot of people, and it'll just be like most people just rent because they're just not able
yeah, I think
to
we're going
afford?
that way. More people want to rent because they don't want to deal with the home expense, period. And I think it's always been like that. Every year you get a little bit more.
It's also just getting expensive.
Yeah, I mean, interest rates will go down.
Yeah, they'll go down.
But the
house prices are going up.
I don't see like an 08 thing happening.
No,
I don't see anything
either.
like that.
I don't either.
But I mean, like, people get scared. Fear creates fear.
Mm-hmm.
So I do see, like, the people that are going to be owning homes are going to be big investors.
Yeah.
And they're going to be renting to the people
who
don't necessarily know how long they want to be there.
Exactly.
And so, like, people aren't real estate investors. Like, regular people are not real estate investors. Like, when we look at a house and, like, I want to move, but I don't have a lot of equity in our house, like, first thing I'm like, why don't you just put a renter in it?
Yeah.
But
most
normal people don't think that way.
No, they don't.
They're just like, oh, I've got to bring money to the closing table.
Yeah.
That's where the the sub-2 mortgage and all that kind of stuff comes in.
Exactly.
And it's like I've got a client that actually took PACE mortgage courses. He's like a different person talking to.
Really?
He's like, oh, you can do this, you can do that. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm
It's
like,
like stuff you just never heard of.
yeah, like he's gonna move out of his.
Do that?
Yeah, he's gonna move out of his primary house. He's in Cali. I'm trying to get him to move over here.
Okay.
I would also count him as a good friend. Like, he's become a really good friend. He's like, I want to move over there.
What was his name?
I'm not gonna say.
You're not gonna disclose? Okay, well that's fine.
No. No, because I don't know where that.
Okay, that's fine.
He knows who he is.
Okay, you know who you
are. If he watches this,
he'll know who he is.
If he. So I would say, I almost said his name. I don't know to.
You almost got you.
I almost got me. So he's like in a sub-2 his house, his personal house, and he realized, like, him and another guy sat down, and he's gonna make like $700 a month off of his mortgage.
Oh wow!
And like, and then he's gonna like.
That's better. That's better than any rental.
And he's got a rental, and he's gonna like seller finance or sub-2 that house to them, or like sub-2 the mortgage, seller finance to equity.
Right.
And he's like, I want to make another $600 a month off that.
Yeah.
He's like, so I'm like adding all this stuff up. I'm like, golly, like we seller finance. I seller finance my truck to somebody.
Right.
And I'm just working with him on. I sent the first invoice yesterday, and he paid it yesterday.
Okay.
And then and I took his truck on a trade-in.
Okay.
So I've got another truck I'll seller finance. Wow. And then we seller finance both those 2 lots. To somebody else. Yep. So I've been in the seller finance world. Not really.
He's still paying on that, right?
I have to chase money.
With him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of thought so. I know you were having problems.
He's overdue right now.
Okay.
Yeah. He was almost a month late last month.
Oh.
But the first deal I did, she pays like clockwork.
Okay.
She was asking for payoff the other day. So I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
But we seller finance the hotel. So I'm on one side of the seller finance deal, and I'm on the other side for the other 3. Mm-hmm. So, like, I understand both sides. I offered my first sub-2 mortgage. We're trying to do like a buyback program for some of our owners. Okay. They bought too high. The market was slow for short-term rentals in a certain season, for a couple months, and people kind of like freak out. Right. It doesn't matter how many times you tell them, like, hey, it's going to be slow. It's going to die in January or whatever. It doesn't matter how many times you tell them. Almost all of them, they're like, oh my God, we didn't pay a mortgage this month. I'm like, we didn't either. We lost $1,000, or whatever. And they're like, I think I just want to sell the house. I'm like, why? You man enough in December to pay for 3 more months.
Right.
Like, what in the world?
Yeah.
So we started this like little, and it's not like public thing, but like an owner buyback. Okay. So we offered a sub-2 mortgage deal. We'll take over the payments. We'll seller finance equity. Give you $2,500 down, whatever. Come to find out, her interest rate's like 5.8%. I was like, oh my God, or 4.8%. Something like it was like between 5 and 6.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't know if I want to do this.
Yeah.
But we could refinance the house.
It was like 3s or something like that.
I thought it was in the 3s. Yeah. Maybe like low 4s, but
it was the 6s or 7s. But
yeah. I mean, so.
But still, yeah.
Yeah. It may have been between 5 and 6, like 5.8 or something. Anyways,
wow.
She declined the offer. She just wants to go to market. She just wants the cash, so she wants to do a renovation in her home.
What's her name? She looking for a rookie?
No, she's got to get religion.
Oh, does she? Golly,
Yeah,
man. Can't have nice things with you, man.